What are you reading Wednesday? I'll tell you what I'm reading in a second, but first tell me what's on your bedside table right now. Summer, are you still reading Hartwood? Justin, are you reading World at First Light? What are you reading? Arian, Scully, Melinda, Shelby, Margaret, T-Town Reader. What are you reading? Let me know in the comments because I'm just really nosy. What are you reading Wednesday? Not you Wednesday, although I can guess what you're reading. Maybe this. What are you reading? Let me know. Tomorrow I'll be scrolling through the comments to see what you're reading, and I'll be replying to the comments. You usually have better taste than I do. What am I reading? I'm still reading Crooked Kingdom. This was chosen by my readers to read in December. I think I'll be finishing this in January, but this is fantasy, YA fantasy. It's the second of a duology. The first was Six of Crows, which I really enjoyed. It's set in Ketterdam, which is a fantasy town, but it's similar in some ways to Rotterdam or maybe Amsterdam. There's this gang, the Crows or the Dregs, led by Kaz, and there's a lot of action, a lot of intrigue, a lot of magic, and I'm enjoying it. So far I'm on page 148 of 546. This is a bit longer than the books I usually read. Have you read any Leigh Bardugo? Let me know in the comments. This is it from the Grishaverse. Slightly more intellectual, I'm reading The Voyage of the Beagle by Charles Darwin. This is quite slow going. I started this in non-fiction November. There's a lot of detailed descriptions of the flora and fauna of South America, the various glowworms, even things like plankton. He's describing in great detail. I'm more interested in how he started formulating his origin of species and the theory of evolution. This is the log that Charles Darwin kept on his voyage around the world in the 1830s, starting in 1831 and coming back to England, I think 1836 or 1837. It's a very long voyage, but it gave him a lot of interesting ideas. And finally, a new book I'm reading is The Art Thief by Michael Finkel. This is non-fiction. It's about, as the title suggests, an art thief, Stefan Breitweiser, who's from Alsace in the east of France. And in the late 1990s, he went on an amazing crime spree, stealing many priceless works of art from museums and art galleries in France, in Germany, in Switzerland, and in Belgium. He was not motivated by any financial reward. He did it for the love of art. He liked to surround himself with beautiful objects. And also the museums, the provincial museums had very little in the way of security, so he was able to get away with this for a long time, although he was eventually caught. I first heard about Stefan Breitweiser in an English book I was teaching from. I think it was Total English Advanced, where it had a passage on art thieves for a comprehension exercise. It's interesting to actually read his full story here. His haul eventually came to around $2 billion. And he was able to go on for so long because he wasn't selling them. He didn't want to get any money for them. He just wanted to collect them. There's some idea that he might have had Stendhal syndrome. When you see an artwork, you're just so moved by it. It's almost like you have to have it. This is after Stendhal, who is an ambassador for France in Italy. And when he was looking at the artworks in Firenze, Florence, he was very moved that he could hardly move, he could hardly breathe. So that's what I'm reading. Please let me know what you're reading. I'm dying to know. If you don't want to leave a comment, you can just leave an emoji just to let me know you've been here. And I will see you on the next video. Goodbye.